Welcome back. Hopefully you came up with a good list. Here are some to-dos it should have addressed. 1. Figure out what to delegate. There are some things you add tremendous value to the organization by doing. It's a critical task, and you do it better than anyone. Maybe you keep that one for yourself. But there are almost always other tasks that need to be done, but that aren't as difficult or as critical, that are begging to have someone else do them so that you can focus on the important stuff. Those should be high on your list of delegation candidates. It's the two key questions. Is this something someone else could do? And is there something else more important that I should be spending my time on? That's when you delegate. 2. Commit to it. You have to be willing to let go. Everybody's been given a task to do, then had some leader micromanage the entire effort. If you want other people to do something for you, then give them the freedom to do it. And that means putting up with their doing it not quite as well as you would have, and biding your time until they master the task. You have to give people space and let them own their work. 3. Pick the right people. When you delegate, you have to match the assignment to the person. That means making sure they have the talent and skills and maybe the interest to do the task. 4. Provide the necessary guidance. You can't just throw a bunch of file folders at someone and tell them, here, figure out why we've been seeing so many customer service errors lately. It's a classic SMART goal situation: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bounded. You both need to know when the delegation's been successful. You need to clearly state the task to be done. You need to agree on the outcomes. There must be measures in place. And there must be target dates, perhaps with scheduled progress reporting. 5. Provide the necessary initial support. Most of the time, delegating doesn't immediately pay off. In fact, it might increase your workload in the short term. Often it takes more time to show someone how to do something than it does just to do it yourself. And if people's skills are lacking, then you either need to provide the necessary training or be patient enough for on-the-job learning to take care of it. Remember, you're in for the long haul. 6. Provide the necessary resources. You can't tell someone, oh, and by the way, on this customer service issue, you can't get help from anyone, and there's no budget money for training or research. You're on your own. If you don't provide the necessary resources, time, people, materials, equipment, and money, then you're simply setting people up for failure. If that's the case, then you're wasting your time trying to delegate this task. Go back to doing it yourself. 7. Above all, be available. The fact that you've passed this task along doesn't mean that you're done with it. You still have the responsibility to lead and manage people. That means they need to be comfortable coming to you for questions and help, even if they feel it's bothering you. Nothing's more unsettling to people than to be given a task and be totally lost in over their head, or to need a critical question answered and be afraid to ask the boss about it. Your door needs to always be open. Again, you may get lots of visits early on, but over time, those will taper off as people master the tasks you've given them. The main thing is, you have to be ready to invest the time required to delegate. It's more work in the short term, but it takes that job off your plate in the long run, and that payoff lasts forever.